In Gloucester, art doesn't just live in galleries, it rolls in with the waves, dries on the rocky shores, and waits to be picked up by someone who sees the beauty in what the sea gives back.
And every day is a new story.
A 30-year resident of Gloucester, Jacqueline Ganem DeFalco, says it's not necessarily about where to look for sea glass, but when.
After a really windy day, this time of year, after it's been, a long winter, that's really your best chance of finding anything.
Jacqueline didn't initially set out to become a sea glass artist, but like the sea glass she picks up, she reinvented herself.
It strictly was a hobby when I started, but it didn't take me long to realize I had to do something with it.
And Cape Ann Designs was born.
Oh, it's pretty. Pretty.
From hair accessories to jewelry, each piece comes with a story.
These are bottlenecks. These are the most precious and hardest to find and oldest pieces of glass that I have. So I only have, maybe 20 or 30 of them total to work with that are usable for jewelry specifically.
Creating each piece of wearable art, as Jacqueline calls it, is like a game. The glass curving and shimmering in its own way.
It's a puzzle. I lay everything out and say, what is going to kind of come together today?
Tucked into her seaside studio on this chilly spring day, Jacqueline taught me how to embrace the perfectly imperfect rhythm of putting this jewelry together.
You want balance, right? Mm-hmm. So, for example, on each end, you want the same size glass.
So there is some symmetry.
There's some symmetry, but not perfect, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't have to be the same color.
Jacqueline teaches me not just how to glue or place, but how to see which pieces nestle naturally together.
Wow, that is a statement piece.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And so this has a little lighthouse on it because a few of these just reminded me of lighthouses.
Each design a quiet echo of the place that shaped it.
So do you think of this as a way of kind of spreading Gloucester history, preserving Gloucester history?
Yes, I do. I think that's one of the really fun parts about sea glass. I feel like when people walk away with something made with sea glass, they're walking away with a little piece of our history, something that will always tie them back to Cape Ann.
One of those pieces of history, a necklace, is on display at the Cultural Center at Rocky Neck, where Jacqueline is a member.
We put on 7 exhibitions each season, mostly members, but we welcome the public to come and have exposure and have an opportunity to sell their art and show their art.
Rocky Neck is a tiny peninsula a mile from downtown Gloucester. Here, the light dances differently. It's a place that has captivated creators for generations.
It is one of the oldest and most cherished art communities in America. For over a century, we have been inspiring and engaging artists to come here and paint and be creative and share their passion.
Plein air painting has deep roots here in Gloucester, and it's something artist Vanessa Mahalik picked up quite quickly.
When I first came to Gloucester, I was more of a studio painter, but out of necessity, I started painting outdoors and fell in love with that process.
When New England's unpredictable weather drives painters indoors, creativity continues at this cultural center's weekly drawing classes.
The model poses short poses at the beginning to warm up, and then we expand the poses to an hour or 45 minutes, and then it's over too soon.
Artists of all levels sketch in silence, but the pulse of the community beats loud and clear.
There's connections, there's a warmth, there's a feeling of home here.
Just down the road, the same spirit of community carries on at the Salted Cod Art House.
It's just such a very tight-knit, fun community. It's just got a great vibe to it.
This concept blends a lively restaurant on one side with a gallery filled with local art on the other.
My best friend and I put this together. He lived in Austin for a little while, and there were some art galleries that had bars in them. And he had the idea to kind of rejuvenate what's happening here on Rocky Neck.
From pottery to fish prints, the artwork is curated by the Cultural Center at Rocky Neck.
The artists are our tenants and most of our customers, quite honestly.
But people don't only come to this waterfront oasis for the art.
No wine gets on this list without passing my lips.
Owner Tom Aurelio is the self-proclaimed wine guy, and Salted Cod's extensive list boasts more than 50 options.
Every customer that comes in has a chance to sample. I don't want anyone to have a bad glass of wine at the Salted Cod. It's not going to happen.
As guests glance out the window at the light that drew so many artists to Rocky Neck, they're surrounded by something just as lasting: creativity and connection.
And back to Jackie from Cape Ann Designs. She says it takes about 30 years for glass to linger in the ocean or wash against the shore long enough to get its ideal texture and color. 50 years is better. Anything older is really a treasure, she says.